Not the sports news on OmniAudio.Africa with Romy Titus and Kevin McCallum.
Yes, Mtokozisi Dube, as we were saying, we love the Far Post website. Why? Because there's always differently angled stories. He lets us in now on what is happening at Royal AM till morning. If there is still a Royal AM, what's cooking?
Good morning, Romy and Kev and the listeners. Look, quite a lot happening. I mean, we thought Sean Kize would walk away, once she's expelled, but she's actually going to court to file an agent application to declare her expulsion from the league by the PSL Board of Governors unlawful. So she look.
Unlawful in what way? Because isn't it unlawful to also bring the league into disrepute, and unlawful not to be able to pay the players that is contracted under your club?
Look, I think I think my thinking is she's a bit misinformed because the NSL handbook clearly states that if a member club fails to fulfill fixtures, that is the league has every right to expel that member, right? And we do know what happened in December when SARS, started coming after her. She obviously couldn't fulfill fixtures, putting the league into disrepute. So, according to the NSL handbook, the PSL is absolutely right to expel her. So I don't see her winning this case.
I'm still confused. She's there, why? To save what? To save her name? To save her reputation? I'm a little confused here, Mto.
Yeah, look, what she loses here is obviously because the curator was unable to sell the club. So once the club is expelled from the Betway Premiership, they are non-existent. They are not going to the Betway Foundation Championship. It will be as good as they never existed at all. So she would have lost her investment, as opposed to maybe having the club sold to someone else. So she would have lost the entire club if the expulsion goes through. So I suppose that's what she's fighting, because she wants to at least maintain it, and But,
maintain and sell versus being expelled.
Yeah. That's my thing as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she's obviously looking for money. It must be the only reason.
Okay.
Sorry, that was
I mean, and you hear the crickets there in the background because my brain is now on a hamster wheel. With that said, though, Mto, and as that happens, what log do I follow for the Betway Prem?
Romy, I beg your pardon?
Log, in terms of logs.
The league, I mean, the PSL. How do you follow the league now?
Yeah, because, I mean, there's so many different logs that say, Royal AM in, out, and I just want some clarity as to which one do I follow, because I think if you Google, you realize it's a mess.
Yeah, look, I think the NSL handbook also guides us on that. It's clear that if a club is expelled and they've not played all the 15 teams in the league, all the points that they've played for are expunged. So if each club had played the Royal AM this season, then it would be a different story. They could actually let them have those points, but they don't play in the second round. But because only 11 clubs played them, so those clubs, whoever won loses those points, whoever drew loses that 1 point, and then no change for whoever lost to Royal AM.
I mean, a Kaizer Chiefs then falls out of the top 8. The gap between Sundowns and Pirates, which is 1 and 2 on the Betway Prem log, that then becomes less and not as many. Mto is back. Mto, the question is, who are the biggest winners with this log restructure?
Look, it's quite interesting because look at the top. Sundowns had played Royal AM, and they won that game. Pirates had not played them. So yeah, look, it obviously changes how the league looks right there at the top. With Pirates just with 2 games in hand. If they win their 2 games in hand, they are I think 4 points behind. Sorry, they're 3 points behind Mamelodi Sundowns. I think for me that's probably the most significant because it would give Pirates hope that if they win their 2 games in hand, they're just 3 points away from Sundowns. I mean, whereas if they had to play Royal AM, it would be three games in hand, and that result could actually just alter how the league looks right there at the top. And then obviously, I mean, if Chiefs at that point, they would be eighth, So yeah. But I think it's quite significant right there at the top. Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah, so I mean, if Pirates were to win all the 4 games in hand, they're going to be level. So the points difference will drop from 58 to 55, I think it is, if they win all the games in hand. But then Amazulu, Golden Arrows, TX Galaxy, Polokwane, they lose out, because they'll be dragged down into the relegation fight. So I mean, Mama Kezi doesn't realize what she's done to others. Mkhize,
My
sorry.
guess is another team, but it's okay, Kev. We'll bear with you.
I'm so white sometimes.
You said it. So let's talk about coaches. I mean, Coach Nabi, question marks, if it is that they're still going to remain with this patience of restructuring, as they call it. And then also after that, let's jump to Coach Rhulani. Rumors that he might be heading to Pirates. But there are rumors that it could be a Rhulani and Pitso duo.
Look, there's quite a number of coaches that are obviously linked to that job. And yes, Rhulani is linked to the job, but from what I'm gathering, he's not, top of the list.
Wow.
There is Fadlu Davids, who's done very well at Simba, who's previously been at Pirates as assistant coach and then co-coach with Mandla Nqagazi. There's also Pitso Mosimane, whose agent met with the club, a week ago. So, and I'm told they're also looking at options outside South Africa. So probably could be a few more weeks before we know who the man who will be taking over from Jose Rivero will be. But I doubt it will be Rhulani. I doubt very much from what I've gathered from my sources within the club.
Pitso?
Would it be Pitso, do you think?
Pitso. Look, the challenge with Pitso, here's the challenge with Pitso. The way that Orlando Pirates operate in terms of their recruitment, I think that may be a bit of a tricky one because Pitso is a coach who wants to have control, in terms of who comes into the club, the players, in terms of who goes out. I mean, we've seen what he did at Sundowns. I mean, in his first season, I think over 11 players had to leave the club and he brought in his own players. So he wants to have control. And the way Pirates do things is a bit different. I mean, I remember there was a day where we went for a media open day and we saw Ndumiso Mabena at training and we were all shocked. And so we asked Rivero, we said, Coach, we see Ndumiso Mabena is here. Have you signed him? He said, no, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. So look, you won't do that with Pitso.
Yeah.
Pitso is totally different when it comes to that. So I don't know if they would want to sort of give away that, control, because that's how they've operated over here. So I don't think so. And then also Pitso wants to go with his technical staff, and Pirates would feel that they have staff that's capable. You know, they've done very well. They are not all living with Rivero. So that may also be a bit tricky because the club would say, listen, we've got our staff that's done very well. And Pitso would say, I want to bring my... So I foresee complications, coming from those two issues.
Yeah, very quickly. Coach Nabi, stay or go?
Look, at this point, it hinges on the Nedbank Cup final. If he wins the Nedbank Cup final, I mean, this guy is the guy that ended the 10-year trophy drought. Actually, let's give him another season. If he loses it, then
really?
He's gone.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, can they take that trophy home? Can't they? Thank you so much. So I guess Royal AM, the woes continue. The club isn't sold, and the expulsion is now sitting in court with Mamkize taking the PSL there. In terms of coaches, Pitso, question marks, Rhulani, not quite, but I didn't know Fadlu actually to make a comeback at Pirates.
From Simba.
No, stay there because everything is going so well. But okay, money
He's in the
talks.
final now, isn't he?
Money talks, right?
Yeah.
Who am I? I'm just here, couch coach,
But
you know.
Pitso want to deal with the ownership structure at Pirates. That's a big issue.
Mto makes a very good point there. You know, very, very good point. And Coach Nabi, I mean, can they take that trophy back to Nature Arena? It would mean massive. I mean, it's huge if he does. But then, for me, it's also so short-lived. You break the trophy drought and then you're still out of the top 8. You're still struggling. It's a fleeting moment for me.
Yeah.
To base the coach's career on whether, look, I still think Benny is the one for the position, but that's just me. Let's go. It's
Benny
May
should
Day
be in the
tomorrow.
area. He should be in the area.
Halagasha.
I still like Benny long-term for the Bafana job.
I love him for the Kaizer Chiefs job.
Well, someone's going to take over Kaizer Chiefs, and Benny can speak English.
Halagasha.
I think that's a problem.
One for TKZ.
Yeah.
Halagasha. Till Friday. Cheerio.
Bye-bye.
Not the sports news on OmniAudio.Africa. Africa with Romy Titus and Kevin McCallum.